About 4 in 10 Americans had to seek food assistance for the first time during the pandemic. The Food Bank of North Alabama helped meet the need right here in the Valley. We stopped by the warehouse to check in. They say in a normal year they might order 10 to 11 truckloads of food, but over the past year they've had to order 55 trucks full of food. Our statewide mask mandate expired today in Alabama. The food bank says that won't affect the assistance they receive.
Even though the mask mandate is ending statewide, it is not going to have an impact on the food that we receive from the federal government because our emergency order is still in place and that has been extended. Governor Ivey has made sure that that is still intact. So because we're still under emergency situations, we still will be available to get that federally funded emergency food. So we're real excited about that.
You can always donate, and not just food. Diapers are one of their most requested items. Find out how to give on rocketcitynow.com.